We are joined right now by Michelle Moran from the Cedric Center. Good morning.
Good morning.
We talk about all the nibbles and the yummy treats that are around at the holiday season, but at Cedric Center, you've got some great ideas for people to sort of deal with the underlying, I don't want to say problems, but reasons for eating not only at Christmas, but throughout the year. What are some of your tips for the holidays for people?
Well, one of the main pieces that people can take away from our chat today is just to stop before they're about to have anything to eat and ask themselves why they're eating it. Mainly, am I hungry?
Yes.
And if I'm not hungry, what is triggering me to want to have this? And in moderation, having something when we're not hungry every now and then is no big deal. But if it's something that I do as a regular way to cope with stress or some sort of unease within myself, then it becomes a bigger problem.
Okay, so we see a lot of these little temptations, these rumballs, the canapes, the holiday drinks that are loaded with, all sorts of things that maybe, as you mentioned, we don't enjoy all year round.
Right.
Do you find that a lot of people maybe use those as a crutch, when they're in social situations?
I think so. I think, oftentimes when we're in social situations, most of us feel a little bit of anxiety or a little uneasy until we've settled in, and some of us continue to feel that way regardless because we're a little less comfortable. So it's natural for us to want to have something in our hands or something to do during those situations, and food and drink really helps with that. But again, if we just stop and ask ourselves the why question, why am I having this drink right now, and why am I about to eat this treat? And if the answer comes back because I'm nervous, or because I'm uncomfortable, or because I don't want to be here, or because this person stresses me out, then go ahead and have the drink and have the treat, but just be mindful of that. And just the mindfulness of why we're having it will help us to slow down and to not feel so guilty and shameful afterwards.
And that's really a nice tie into the title of your book, which is Food is Not the Problem, Deal with What Is. And that's really the theme of the book and of what you do in your everyday work.
Absolutely. Yeah. Cedric Center is about helping people who have stressful relationships with food, whether they overeat or restrict or purge, it doesn't matter. And our premise is that food isn't the problem. There are some underlying stressors, past experiences, maybe kind of the way the mind works sometimes in telling stories about what's going to happen in the future that make us really nervous. And it's those patterns that make us want to use food to cope, and that's what we help people with.
Now, over the last little while, of course, you've spoken and worked with and counseled a lot of people through their eating challenges, whether it's overeating or undereating as well. What was it like to write this book and to really delve into some of those reasons and put it on paper?
Well, the writing of the book was actually quite a pleasure. The editing was not so much. For anyone who's written a book, you know what I mean. However, what is really most significant is the feedback that I get from people who read it, which is that it's like I'm speaking just to them, that it's like I'm in their mind, or that I've lived their life, or I've followed them around with a camera or something like that, which really, really is so touching for me, because it's exactly what I was going for, was a sense of helping people to really feel understood and heard.
Okay. All right, Michelle, always nice to see you. Thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thanks.
All right, lots more to come. We'll wrap it up here on A Morning in just a few minutes. Stay with us.